There we go. That's the way I wanted it. Sorry if I confuse anybody with that. Oh, let's just, let me get this set up here. Top Chat live chat. There we go. Let's see, 2 people here already. I need you guys' input. I just woke up. Actually, I didn't just wake up. I've been up for 2 hours already. What's up, Joshua? So I am trying to get videos shot and get them stockpiled. Morning, Alex. Guys, Alex sees badge, member. I'm starting to get videos shot and things like that just for the members. But there's also all the content that you guys get. There's going to be a handful of videos right now that I'm going to shoot that will remain for the members only. But the question I have is I need you guys' input on, like, I keep putting stuff up in the community tab. Like, I need to know what you guys want to see as far as videos. I've put up some polls and I'm still not seeing anybody responding because the majority of the content's going to be for everybody. I'm in the interim, while I have time right now, shooting videos for just the members. And those videos that I'm shooting just for the members right now are that sharpening tutorial that I said I was going to do. So I'm starting the first one. I started it yesterday. I hadn't said anything about it, but I started yesterday. My back hurts today. I started it yesterday after I got back from, I had to go get some stuff from the post office, and I had, I wore my CPAP, or not my CPAP, my respirator. I dropped off a bunch of packages. So guys, if you have knives that were here at the house, they went out yesterday. But what I was going to ask you guys is, what kind of a content schedule do you guys want? Do you want the videos to be released as premieres, like I have in the past, where we can go and we have the live chat while we're watching the video? I can do that as often as time will allow. Eventually, I am going to have to go back to work. Eventually, I'm going to get to go back to work because this is good. This is fun, great for the channel, but not great for me financially right now because I still have not gotten my disability payments yet. It's possible that I could be back at work before I ever get my disability payment for not being able to work right now. But so that's all well and good. But the fact is, like, I have videos. What I was planning on doing was uploading all the videos anytime I get them done. That's the problem. Okay, I don't want to piss anyone off when I say this. There's only a couple American-made knife companies that are worth even looking at and reviewing. Medford, can't even say Beg Knives anymore because they do their stuff with Riat. Medford, Microtech, and that's the other thing. I can only review what gets sent in. I got news for you right now because I don't want to piss anyone off. I want to say I did agree with Super Steel Steve on some of his points about Chinese manufacturing. But the fact is, he was saying, like, well, American manufacturing, of course it's gonna be expensive. We have to ramp this up. Okay, here's my take on it. I'm not gonna pay more to get less. Yes, I don't have any customs. I mean, here's the thing, guys. I have 5 members. The channel's not even making $100 a month. With what money am I gonna do a bunch of customs? That's what I'm saying. Like, people get mad that I make a requirement that you have to go and or join someone else's channel for a giveaway. Yet yesterday, I spent 5 hours editing a video yesterday. I do that shit for free. And then people flip out because I put a requirement on a giveaway of that you have to go to someone's channel or have to get a certain number of likes. So I know the content you guys want, but unless you're gonna send me something to do it with, we're stuck with what comes in or what's here or what I can talk about. Because I'm not one of those guys I'm not gonna go through the Spyderco catalog and look at all those. I mean, it would be funny. We could probably do something like that, but I think it would just be a monumental waste of our time. What I was talking about is when I do videos and I do get things in, the release schedule. I was planning on trying to do things on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, like 2 days a week, 2 videos go up, but the members get them whenever they get done. So like right now there's 2 sitting. I think Alex has watched both of them. But, you know, that's what I was going to say is I'm shooting videos for the members only. But as far as like when I can get content, like what kinds do you guys need it? How do you guys want to do the release? Do you want to do it as a premiere where we can do stuff like that? I can do some of the fun live feed stuff. But the fact is, like I said, everybody says that they want to have an input, but I've put so much stuff up on the communities tab and on the community tab on the channel, and I get very few responses to that. Like no one's checking that. So that's where some of that stuff's going to be. Like there's a lot of stuff there. Like I've tried to do, we did a Netflix party last night, and you guys know I did not announce it. You know why? Because everybody says it's cool and they say they want to do a Netflix party, and I post up the thing, and I know I say every time I'm going to start it at 7 o'clock. You know how many of my YouTube subscribers have logged into a Netflix party? 0. I'm just not going to go to the trouble of, because it takes time to post that stuff up. And you got to do it. You got to get the link and all that stuff. But, I mean, there's going to be stuff coming. But, you know, it's just like, I want to know how you guys want to do the releases and things like that. Those of you that are members, Alex, like I said, I've shot part of a tutorial video about like what stones. Hey, I know, I get that. I'm just saying like I ask for input, and then I tell people, you know, people tell me what they want to do. And I'm like, hey, who wants to do it? Does everybody want to do a Netflix party? And I say it in a live feed or a video or something, and then I get a big response. Oh yeah, Netflix party would be cool. And then I spend the time, not that the Netflix party takes time, but what takes time is after you set up the Netflix party, then I got to copy the link, and then I got to post it. I got to do a quick video post saying, hey, the link's going to be in the community tab, and then it usually takes about 30 minutes. But no joke, yesterday I spent I spent 4 hours editing a video yesterday. So I spent like 4 hours editing that video. Okay, so you're just gonna have to look it up. I'm not gonna try and get into it. It's a big, long, drawn-out thing. That's not what I was here. I'm not gonna explain Netflix party. Just look it up. There's a ton of videos on how to use it. But basically, I send out a link. You open up a Chrome browser with the extension. You put that link into that browser. It takes you to basically my Netflix that I'm controlling a video, and there's a chat window on the side. That's basically what it is. Like the details of how to use it, it's just. But at any rate, so I did start doing some videos where I revisited. I'm going to revisit some of the knives that are in my collection, because Neve's Knives and I were talking about it. Like a lot of times you see videos and the guy's had a knife for like 2 weeks. He's like, oh, this and that. But what you don't see is like my Ferrum Forge Gent. I've had this and carried this for a long time. And I have revisited knives, primarily Sebenza. I've done like 3 videos on a Sebenza, because throughout the duration of the knife, things that I've learned to love about the knife, things that I found that are over time. So like I just did the DOC video. That's the first video we ever had on this channel. I still love that knife. I still carry it. And there's not a lot of channels that have done and redone content on knives that is like, okay, yeah, I loved it. I was in love with it when I first got it. How do I feel about it now? It's been 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. So knives that get carried out, there's some knives that I really can't, that I have, that I can't give you the same opinion on that I can give some other knives. Like I've carried this a ton. I've refinished the blade on this. Oh no, I didn't refinish this blade. Yeah, the Tough Light. I still have my Tough Light. But stuff like that. But what I was talking about is I'd like to do Tuesdays. But here's the thing. Most of the cold steels that you're going to see, well, I don't know. I still have my Spartan. It doesn't ever get out of that drawer. I probably should just get rid of it. But the second I get rid of it, I'll be upset because it's an old school one that's in really good shape. you know, I have my Tough Light. I have the one that Ashton gave me that doesn't get carried. I really don't reverse this. It's here because it's a gift. I love the sentiment that he gave it to me, and it's a good knife. It's just not a good knife for me. It's uncomfortable in my hand. It just doesn't feel good in my hand. And it's a Tonto with a really steep Tonto as opposed to more of a curved. So that doesn't get any pocket time. It just stays in my case, and I keep it because it was a gift. So I can't really do a good review on that. But like I said, I don't want it to sound like I'm unappreciative of the gift. That's why it's still in the case. So the only one that ever gets any use is that Tough Light, and I use the shit out of it. It comes out of that case when shit needs cut down and broke up. Guys, Alex has probably already seen it. Speaking of cutting up cardboard, what fixed blade? I mean, my fixed blade that I made? I don't own those. Those were all for customers. Fixed blade custom. Oh, I still have both of those fixed blades, the Cold Steel fixed blades, but they don't get used. Yeah, but it doesn't get used. I don't have much use for that. I keep it, one, because it's a discontinued model and I really like it. Two, it could be useful, and it's a really good knife. It is a incredibly good knife, and I have the Pendleton Hunter, Pendleton Classic Hunter. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I have those. I could do reviews on them, but based on what? Some of those knives have done nothing but sit in a safe since the last time you saw them. Yeah, I mean, but at this point, I've got almost 900 videos up. There are several duplicate videos of stuff for some things. Yeah, they're great. They are. The Puku is, that Puku is great. I just wish the handle was a little bit different shape, but it doesn't ever get any use. I had them out the other day. As a matter of fact, I pulled them out of the safe to make room because they don't need to sit in a safe. I forget why they got locked in a safe with a bunch of other stuff, but I pulled it out. We have several safes here at the house. After we got robbed, we had enough stuff that we wanted to keep secured that I just got 2 safes and have them mounted to the stud and to a platform in the house. Really good, secure safes, and then my gun safe. So at one point, guys, I had a small safe in the garage when things were really bad in this neighborhood. And when I would leave for work, it was mounted to the concrete right next to a cabinet. And I would put my handgun in. It was one of the top open ones. And I had it mounted to the concrete. And I would leave for work, and I'd put my handgun in there, and I would leave that in there until I got home when the wife and kid were gone. And when they were here, I would just keep a gun in that safe in the garage, hidden, locked away. And that was like if we came home and anything seemed suspicious. Because when we got robbed, the time we got robbed, the house got robbed. I don't think I ever did a video about it, but our house got robbed one time. And I was like, I came in and I didn't have a gun safe yet. I thought I had my guns securely hidden. Like, nobody's gonna find these fucking things. And they were both gone. Somebody had stole 2 of my guns, the 2 guns that I had at the time. I got 1 of them back. But I was in the process of getting a gun safe. And so after that, once I bought a revolver to replace one of the guns that were gone. That's when I put that gun safe out there. That way, if I came home and somebody had been in the house, like if something seemed off, I could just pull that gun out and clear the house. It was a tool to get to my other guns. I still wish I had that. I had a Smith & Wesson Walther PPKS. So it was Walther. Dropped you an email. Thanks for videos stuff. Have you done sharpening on a Sebenza? I have done. I saw your email. I don't have time to type out all that advice. I have done tons of videos, and this is what I would tell you. Sharpening a Sebenza is no different than sharpening any other knife. You just have to get rid of the original edge. You just get rid of the original edge, set your angle. You set your angle, and then you just follow it. So sharpening a Sebenza is no different than sharpening this. It's just flat ground. It's a hollow ground. Your bevels and everything are gonna be the same. Sharpening it is the same way you'd sharpen everything else. 15 or 20 degrees inclusive. I don't know. I don't measure angles. I do everything freehand. So I have no idea what the angles are on any of my knives. I just till it, yep, that feels right. That's the right angle for that knife. There we go. That's good. And a lot of times it's close to the manufacturer's angle. I thin it out a little bit, but then I do a convex. So a lot of times my edges are different. So sharpening a Sebenza is no different than sharpening any other knife, but I will tell you a Spyderco Sharpmaker is not going to have the power, the cutting power, even with the diamond rods, the diamond triangles. It's going to take you forever to reprofile that edge the way you want it. I was getting ready to say it would make more sense to send it to me for initial sharpening, but then my edges are not gonna work with a Spyderco Sharpmaker. So if you want to use a Sharpmaker, it's gonna take you a while. Yeah, it's especially if you're just using the medium and fine stone that come with it, you're not gonna be able to do it. You will wear your stones out before you can get. Those were not meant. That Spyderco Sharpmaker is not a, hey, this knife is fucked, I'm gonna fix it. It's a, hey, my knife's a little dull, let me touch it up. It's a fancy ceramic rod that you would use for touching up your kitchen stuff. It's not a, I need to reprofile and change this angle kind of system. Something like that, to tell you the truth, one of the best ones for that is the KME. The KME has got really coarse DMT stones that come with it that you can do some serious reprofiling. I got a Spyderco Sharpmaker. I have the ultra fine rods for it. I use the ultra fine rods for basically a steel. I can throw it in a bag, and I have a nice flat piece that I can touch up a stone, or I have that triangle where I can just set it and so it's like where did that come from, Mr. Hill? I don't see, Daniel, I don't think your actual question came through. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm definitely not under the influence of any intoxicants. I'm actually going to take like 2 beers that I haven't drank in a while. Those are probably going to get drank today, and then I'm going to just try and do what I did when the kid was born. I'm just going to stop drinking I quit drinking for like a year. Dual-sided stone. I just had coffee. I'm drinking ice water right now. Sort of ice water. It had tea in it last night, and then there was still some ice and stuff in the bottom, and I just poured water on top of it. So it's not quite clear. It's clear, but it's not quite. Well, it's got some brown. It looks like weak tea. I just don't want to waste the ice cubes. Guys, if you bought a Yeti, you are a fool. This is the same tumbler, and this thing is not even half the price. My uncle gave me this, but you can get these at Walmart. I forget what this one actually is, but it's the one you see at Walmart all the time. Yeah, but I mean, it's no better than this one or I think it's Polar. Ozark Trail. There you go. Ozark Trail. Thanks. Hey, bud. How you been? You still in San Diego? Yeah, this will keep ice water without a lid. I had this in my bedroom on a coaster without a lid it's been 12 hours. It's been 12 hours because I filled this with ice and tea at like 8 o'clock last night while me, Nico, and Matt were we were watching Django Unchained on, I love that movie. I've watched it twice this week. we were watching. I was drinking that. So 12 hours. I put that on the bedstand at like 8 o'clock last night while we were watching that Netflix party. Man, the edge on this one. I got the edge on this. So aggressive. This is a 800 grit, and it is nasty, nasty, nasty. Still here in San Diego. I hadn't heard from you in a while. That sharpening made you cringe. Was he using a steel rod like he was in the? Was he using a steel rod like he was in Rambo 2? He's got it. And he's just going. Like, ah. No, I don't have to watch it. I quit watching them after the last one. I don't have to watch it. The last one was too over the top for me. It's just too much. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta turn off Wi-Fi, or turn off. There you go. There we go. Who got me into sharpening? My dad and my uncle. I mean, there wasn't an option. It's not like somebody, hey, we got you into sharpening. You want to try this? You want to learn this? No, we grew up on a farm and we had to butcher. And I had kids that didn't, if you weren't big enough, like we hunted, we had cattle, you butchered. You butchered cows, and pigs, sheep, whatever you butchered. Oh, yeah, we're doing okay. We're losing our minds a little bit. This house gets real small after this much time together. But so, if you weren't old enough or tall enough to reach the counter or the table where the butchering was going on, or if you were not old enough to be able to, like, you don't want somebody fucking up steaks when you're butchering. So the kids that couldn't butcher sat and sharpened. So I mean, I'm a country boy. It's different. Like I tell Ashton, we have a completely different look at knives. That's why I get so much heat from the knife community. I'll explain that, and I know why. I know absolutely why. 100% know why I get so much heat from the knife community. I'm not a fidget kind of guy. I don't need the cool new toy. What I need is a tool. I approach sharpening the same way. Some people want this super, super clean, polished edge, and they take it to a point where the knife is not useful. Well, this is a fairly polished edge, but it's only 800 grit, and this will cut anything you want to cut with it. And grown up differently than a lot of people. I've seriously, really fucking country. I've got a customer that I did his Norseman, that super, super dull Norseman. Come to find out, remember the one that I could rub my thumb on, guys? Come to find out, he and I went to the same fucking high school. And we got to talking about my hometown. He's like, my God, that place is so backwoods and tiny. And I was like, yeah, 124 people. A knife to me is a tool. I just have better quality tools now that I've gotten older. So a knife isn't a toy. I do have a couple knives that are more fidgety. I have out the fronts that I told Ashton, I sent Ashton a video quick yesterday. I was like, hey, I got owe Ashton an apology. I told him I don't fidget with my knives like he does. And I was sitting there with my UTX 85, my Ultratech, the 85, that I got from Portland, Blade Show West, the limited edition exclusive, Blade Show West exclusive. And I'm sitting there and I'm just flipping that thing while I was editing a video yesterday. And I was like, I fidget with some of them, but like to sit in, like I got friends that just that all day. And I'm like, I don't do that. So, I have a different philosophy of use, and a lot of people in the knife community are like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. And I'm like, what? I don't like the pocket clip because it hurts my hand. If I was using, like, I wouldn't, like the Atom. That Atom, that Three Rivers Atom, great fucking knife. Horrible pocket clip. The pocket clip was a showstopper for me because, like I said, when I pull a knife out of my pocket, it's not because I'm just going to play with it. I'm pulling a knife out of my pocket 90% of the times. I did not get the knife at the show. I got it after the show. Nico had an extra one and I got it from him. So it had never been, but it's got the coin and everything. It was brand new, hadn't been opened really. So I was at the show, I just didn't get it. Nico grabbed one and then I got it from him. So, you know, if I'm pulling a knife out of my pocket, 99% of the time, it's either to show you guys or to use it and cut something with it. So it's just a different mentality, and that's why I wanted my channel to be a little bit different. It's not about, hey, how cool it looks. I've got some knives that are just there because they're cool and they look nice. And some people is like, oh, your React, your Horizon D. No, that gets some work. That does a lot of work. That thing is a workhorse. The one that I would say that is in my case that is strictly just there because I like the way it looks is that Chavez. That's Chavez Ultramar Street. It's not a real useful knife. Wouldn't be comfortable in any carry. It's fucking cool. That's why it's there. And I carry it. It gets used. As a matter of fact, let's go get it. I'll go get my knife case. I'll get my knife case. I don't know either. I just love it. It's fucking great. Wife's sleeping. It's only 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. I've been up. I haven't been sleeping. Okay. So I've got a really good friend named Clint. He's my best friend, Navy guy. You guys seen him in some videos a while back where we got really, really drunk. Clint sent me a picture one time of a midget, this chick, this dwarf in a Ewok costume. And I mean, she was smoking hot. And I was like, Clint, you know, that's what I love about you, dude. Every time you send me something, I learn something new about myself. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, until you sent me that picture, I didn't know I'd fuck a dwarf. But I would. Yeah. I don't know. Everything about this should just push me away. I've said that. It's, to quote Nick Shabazz, it's like having a handful of hornets. It's like a handful of hornets. And I even opened up the choil on this a little bit so I could sharpen it. And it's, don't get me wrong, it's sharp. It's screaming sharp, but it's so thick up here that anything you're trying to do, it's so thick. I tell Russell at Artisan Knives, and I agree. Like, the Tonto of this would probably be so much better of a version, but I don't like Tontos. This is in my pocket where I know I don't have to do any serious cutting. And I've modified it. I did the ceramic and the two-tone. The ano is almost worn off. It's not really bronze anymore. It's kind of bronze. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is probably one of the smoothest knives in my collection though. Well, the knife it sits right next to, my knife case is in a specific order. Yeah, I would. You gotta look it up. Look up hot dwarf in Ewok costume and you'll see it and you'll be like, yeah, no, I get it. This is another React, and this is every bit as... Reacts have a specific feel. Like, you can pick one up, well, I say that. Like, I can pick a knife up and feel, like, the difference. And be like, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, any of these knives. Like, you could put it in my hand, I was like, yeah, that's my Chavez. Yeah, that's my React. You could just start handing me knives out of my case, and from feel, blindfolded, I could tell you what knife you just handed me. So yeah, definitely. But like, no, all of the Riats I've ever handled have been super, super well put together and well done. This one, still all-time champ. But yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that I want to. What do you guys want to see? Like, we can go through my knife case and start reviewing knives again that I've done in the past, but you guys have seen so many things in there. What I would ask, the big one would be great is, and I'm going to end this here in a minute. I don't want to go over about 30 minutes. I would ask that if you guys have stuff that hasn't been on the channel, or if you want my opinion of something, fucking send it to me. I'll put it on the goddamn channel. You know, it doesn't have to come in for sharpening. The only thing I would say is I really can't afford, like, if you want that content, I would really appreciate it if you guys just paid the round trip shipping, because fucking right now I'm not even getting paid. I have not made anything except a couple sharpening jobs since the 2nd of this month. So I would love to have content, but right now, like, I can't afford to be paying shipping. So, and I understand it's a tough time for everybody right now. That's why I'm saying, if you would like to see something that you own and have it up on the channel and get my opinion on it, absolutely. If you send it to me and include a return shipping label so that I can just toss it out with the, I will do that. I'll put it up and I'll give you my honest opinion of that knife. I've wanted to do that for a long time. I'm doing today, shooting it again. I still can't. I'm still having problems with that video. I thought I could use sections of it. I'm shooting a video about the Roxy, hopefully today. If not today, tomorrow. So that I have the content going up. Nico's videos going up. But yeah, if you have a specific knife that you own, that you want, what do you think about, you know, you guys always are asking, hey, what do you think about these knives? Hey, what do you think about these knives? I don't know. I don't know. I don't own one. I haven't seen one. I haven't had one come in. If you have one and you send it, you know, I'll give you an honest opinion. Like, I really don't like the pocket clip on this knife, but it's not so horrible. I told Elliot when he did it, like, I don't like the pocket clip. Yeah. Get on that guy's books. Get on Jason's books. Great to watch you. 4 p.m. here in the UK. I wish I had better knife laws. Thanks. Yeah. I was going to say, I knew you were in England, and so even if you wanted to send me that knife, it's going to be a pain. It really wouldn't be worth it for you to send it in. Dude, for real. Yeah. And then you get free sharpenings, and I get a Guthrie Scout. Love that knife. I mean, I've had customers do it. I've got a customer in England named Dean. But yeah, but like this stuff, this is the input that I need. I need to know what content you guys have, and if you have stuff that you want to see content on that I could put on the channel. And there's a good chance if you're sending me something just for review, I'm probably going to sharpen it for you if you want and not charge you. Like, if you're paying the round trip shipping on something for me just to put on the channel, there's a good chance I'll sharpen it for you. Or if you have shit you want sharpened and you want to see it on the channel, we'll do it that way. You pay me to sharpen, it'll stick around, I do the video, and then I send it back. So, like, if it just needs a touch up, you know, if you're sending me something for just specifically for review and it just needs a touch up, I'll give it a quick touch up. I'm not going to do like a full repair and resharpening. That's not free. But like, it just needs a touch up. Fuck yeah, I'll touch it up. Like, I'll hit it on the stones quick. Now, if it was like, if it's been resharpened, like if I'm having to take the factory edge off, don't send me stuff that you're like, hey, I'll send it to Mike and see if he'll sharpen it for me. It's just, it depends on the steel and time frame and things like that. But yeah, if you guys have content that you want specifically to see and you have those items, if you send them in, I can do them. So, not trying to give away free sharpenings on a case-by-case basis, we'd see. But yeah, I mean, you know, but most of the stuff you guys ever see on this channel is stuff that came in for sharpening. I'm going to do a sharpening video on this. This is that left-handed button lock Protec that is pretty much chisel ground. Let's turn this around so you can see it. Like, it's not wanting to focus. Focus. I'm trying to get it in here for you guys. This thing, like, it doesn't want to focus the way I want. Here, let me set this up like a tripod. Can you see how incredibly chisel ground that is? Almost like they were trying to make it chisel ground, but it's really, really bad. So I'm gonna sharpen this in a video. And don't get me wrong, it's sharp. It's just it's so far off center that it's gonna get dull quick because as you're cutting, that material will roll over one way or the other. It almost looks like somebody ordered it with a bias, but I know it. They didn't. I know that the companies don't like, hey, you want a right or left hand bias? No, I'm the guy that does. I have. This was until just a couple days ago when I took it from a full chisel ground knife and put a tip back on it. This was a chisel ground. This was a CRKT. This side was ground, and then this was just basically knocked off, just like an Emerson. And it's a hash rate, but it didn't have a tip, and so I turned it into a V grind and put a tip back on it. I've seen a lot of them like that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to do that quick. So yeah, if like you got content you want to do, and guys, seriously, the community tab on the channel, there's a lot of stuff in there. The same stuff I'm asking now, I've asked like 3 times in the community tab, and I'm just not getting any response. So it feels like everybody's like, oh, we want to do this, we want to do this. All that would be cool. But then on the follow throughs, like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we really didn't think you were gonna do it. Like everybody's like, memberships, that sounds great, I'll join. Tons of people. I wasn't even gonna do it until I like had enough people roger up that I thought it was gonna be worth it to go to the trouble. And I was like 20 people like, yeah, man, we'll join. We'll join for 15 bucks. I got all kinds of messages. 5. Which is, that's kind of what you expect. 5 out of 20 actually carrying through on something. Not picking, I'm just saying. That's what happens. It's like the notification bell. People subscribe, but they don't ever hit the notifications. But then they're like, wow, man, we never get notifications. Well, it's because you turned off the YouTube notifications. You might have turned on, I want to get notified of everything that Mike did, but then went and turned off the YouTube notifications. So nothing YouTube gets put, nothing anybody puts up on YouTube, you get no notifications, because that's only 8% of the people have the notifications turned on after they hit the bell. Oh, I want to know everything, but then they go and they turn off the YouTube notifications, which shuts down everything that you just said you wanted all notifications for. So that's not YouTube's fault. Now that I can see that, I've come to realize absolutely not YouTube's fault. I've been screaming and hollering about YouTube not sending out you guys notifications for months. And then I look at the actual data on YouTube as to far how many of my subscribers are actually signed up for notifications, and it's like fucking 8%. Oh, it's like 14%. And of those 14%, only 8 of them let YouTube give them notifications. So they're not just not getting my notifications, they're not getting any notifications. I was like, well, that's like wiping before you poop. That makes no sense. So I was hoping Drew would come in. I have a new member. His name is Drew L. He has supported me since the beginning of this. So next time we see him come in, you'll see he has a badge, and I will definitely acknowledge him. He doesn't log in, like to do, like he stays kind of behind the scenes a lot in videos and doesn't respond, so, or reply, comment and things. So, all right guys, kids getting up. I will holler at y'all later. Where's that? I can't ever find the button.